Next up, we've got Eve Phillips and Jeff Tidwell from Chirp Interactive. Welcome.
Hi. So Chirp is focused on helping you discover people and content that might be of interest to you. We saw there was an opportunity because, frankly, we got frustrated with going to social networking sites and photo sharing sites and the like and being bombarded with stuff that just wasn't all that interesting. You know, if your friends are getting bitten by zombies, whatever. But there is content in there that you want to be able to get to. And so what we realized in looking at these sites is the problem is that they're mostly designed for the producer of that content. So they're great for self-expression. But if you're the person that's trying to consume this content, there's just way more than you actually want to see. And so that's why we started building applications, starting with Chirp Screen, which is both a screensaver and a desktop viewer, that turn the equation around and let the user have control over the content that they're going to be consuming. And what we found as we started to launch this application and put it in front of users, so you do discover really cool stuff. It might be a new artist on Flickr. It might be that your friends had a baby from Facebook. But in any event, it's stuff that you wouldn't necessarily get to if you just had to go through your entire social network. So in looking at the actual application, what we've got up here is our screensaver application. As you can see from the control panel, the way that we've organized the pulling in of content is into channels. So the first channel, because this is one of the biggest pain points around the noise that's out there, is it's the friend channel. And for this, we pull in content from Facebook, Flickr, and Twitter, including both photos and status messages. We also have other channels because not all the content you might be interested in is necessarily coming from your friends. So we have a photo channel which we power with Flickr, so you can pick out photos based on keywords. And we also have a shopping channel because we all like to buy stuff, or at least think about buying stuff. And so we'll pull live auctions from eBay based on whatever keyword and categories that you give us. And so the content itself as it comes into the application is interactive. You can pull up any piece of content and we will present the metadata on that content. For example, photo title or album description, things like that. You can share any piece of content because once you've discovered something, usually what you want to do is tell other people about it. So in this case, you can share either through email or Facebook messaging. With email, you can just have to type in your friend's email address. It'll pop up a window and they'll get a message with that particular content piece in it. You can also leave comments, which if it's Facebook, they'll get notifications about through the Facebook messaging processes. And then you get to then send the photo back if you're done with it and continue to enjoy the show. The other important thing that we've enabled in this application back to the control is blocking particular sources of content. So the first feature request, in fact, that we got, and the loudest feature request that we got was how do I not see photos from a particular person? So in this case, looks like Jeff has just blocked me from my own Chirp screen. So, but maybe I got tired of my own stuff. And if you click the block button, you'll no longer see that particular source. You can unblock too in case you change your mind. So the screensaver is actually, it's great when you're on a conference call or if you've got your computer up your screen up as a display in your office or dorm room or kitchen, but sometimes you actually have to do work on your computer. So for that, we have a second sort of medium of application. That's the desktop viewer. It looks a little large right now because of the resolution of the screen, but it is resizable. Basically, the desktop viewer pulls through the same kinds of content. In fact, runs off the same configurations as whatever you set for the screensaver. They can be independent. You can run either one or both of them. And you also have the same sets of interactivity on the desktop viewer as you do with the screensaver. You can also run back and forth through different pieces of content if you saw something that you wanted to go back to, or you just want to fast forward through a few things that are already there. Let's see. So the thing that we're excited to announce today is that we are finally launching our Mac version of the desktop viewer. We've had a lot of sort of Mac friends along the way, and unfortunately I haven't been able to produce something for them. So the Mac version is now available for download at chirp.com. And the Windows, of course, the Windows screensaver and desktop viewer are also available for download there. The final sort of comments about the company. Because it is a desktop application, we're working on a few different areas of distribution. One is obviously through the features within the application with the sharing of items and such. We're also going to be expanding that channels concept that you saw to let people start to create their own channels and share those with friends and with others. And we're working with known sort of third-party distributors around screensavers and other kinds of applications to get the product out. And with that, thank you very much. Really appreciate your time here today. And please check it out.
Guys?
Okay, so when you said screensaver, the first thing I thought of was Pointcast,
Yep.
which was, which I hope you guys don't end up where Pointcast ended up. But
We'll take the acquisition offer from News Corp. But
yeah, you take that one, right? But how do you make money? I mean, it looks like a great app. I mean, I would certainly use it. But what's the model in terms of scale?
So there's actually 3 different things that we're pursuing on that. One is sort of the classic advertising within the application. So I mean, you can do anything from sort of basic display ads to sort of doing smarter contextual ads, especially for those people for which we have sort of Facebook or other kind of specific demographic information.
Can I block those?
What's that?
Can I block those?
Yeah, well, maybe if you pay us a little bit.
They're going to charge you $2 million, and then you can block anything you want.
Yeah. The second is around sort of affiliate payments, so working with the shopping side of it, and we've got some conversations going there with various parties that are interested in sort of building out the shopping aspects of the application. And the third is with the download side, there's actually a known business model around sort of bundling downloads that we're also investigating.
So I got to think that the twist on this is that you can share. That is, I can distribute my photos or whomever to as many other Chirp friends as I possibly can.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it is just kind of this random photo display desktop app, which is interesting, but again, doesn't have that sort of viral feature that you would have otherwise. So if I were to steer you in a direction, sorry, that's bad. If I were to steer you in a direction, it would be one where there's a lot of this sharing component and social component, because otherwise it'll get lost in this kind of quagmire of all the photo upload sites and the Pointcast, and there was one other a couple of years ago that kind of died, but I can't remember. But yes.
I think we totally agree.
Yeah.
And that's what we're looking at is sort of on the channels concept of being able to create your own, push that out to people. If you've got a family group, for example, and I want to be able to push pictures, and my siblings want to push pictures to our mom, we sort of set this up for her, and we can all push them pretty directly, or whether it's our blogs or our Twitters or whatever, and to help people stay connected.
Yeah.
So.
And for that, to his point, stay away from video, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So when we had labor versus capital dodgeball, VCs versus entrepreneurs, you were on the VC team. And then when we had labor versus capital kickball a few days ago, you were on the labor team. You've switched sides, so I'm just wondering what was so bad about the venture world that made you leave?
Well,
Time's up.
I gotta go. No, I think I thought I should actually get some real work done. No offense.
Wow.
All right.
I set you up. I set you up.
All right, that's
Thanks.
it. We're out of time. Thank you guys very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Next.